Hello! Happy Monday! Welcome to Chocolate One. My name's Beth. I'm an independent designer with Chalkology. If you're hopping on today, we're going to have a really fun craft. I'm going to show you how we can use our transfers and our Chalkology paste to water paint with. So it should be fun. Drop a comment, drop a heart if you're watching. Let me know you're there. Like and follow my Facebook page so that you can get notifications of when I go live every day, usually between 4 or 4:30. And then sprinkle this S-H-A-R-E to all of your crafty friends out there. I'm going to do that right now to the VIP group. There we go. Turn this down. Hi Dana, thanks for watching. How are you today? And then I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if I can. No, it's not going to let me. I've made a shopping cart of all the things I'm using today, so if you were interested in doing this project, everything would be right there for you. But it's not letting me add it, so I'll do it afterwards. So today we're going to use the transfer. What is this one called? It's called Faith. And it's a C-size transfer. It comes with these two pretty pieces. And today we're going to do Faith Makes All Things Possible. So we're going to do this one. And I'm using our 6x18 box frame. You guys, this was I did this at Christmas time, and this had candy cane laying on it, I think is what it was. So I scraped that off, I sanded it, and I put a layer of paint over it. It's ready to go, and the back side is beautiful too. I did the same thing, but then I put some stain on it, and it came out so pretty. So it's double-sided. It's nice and wide, so it can sit on a shelf, or these lips that you can hang it really easily. So we're going to use this side of it today. And the first thing we're going to do, let me put the piece that we're not using, set it aside, back in the envelope here. How's everybody's Monday going? I watched a Senate meeting thing today for about 3.5 hours, so I was pretty involved in that. It was very interesting. It was about the vaccine, which I'm always interested in learning all I can about. And did a little housework, played with the puppy a lot. He's very demanding. He thinks he needs to be played with all the time. So I'm going to grab some wax. This is Min wax. This is what I have. This is what I have available. Chalkology does sell a surface wax. I think it's out of stock right at the moment. So if you can't find it, you can get this at your hardware store. But I want to put a layer of this on to protect my transfer. Something's squeaking. Gives me a little insurance. If my paste bleeds, I can clean it up pretty easily. And it puts a little barrier between the paste and the wood, so it decreases that feathering that can happen on these white wood surfaces. I can kind of usually feel the wax if I feel like I have enough wax on there, and it feels pretty good. And then what I like to do is take my quick dry tool and heat it up a little bit, and then we'll buff it into the wood. A little piece of wax floating around, that's good. And I just buff it, and it gives us a really smooth, beautiful finish on our wood. You can kind of see the shine on it. It looks really nice. Now we'll take this off of the backer sheet and see if we need to fuss it. I've used it once before, I think. And I think we do need to put a little bit of fuzz on it, just so it doesn't stick too hard. So this is a fuzzing cloth. It's terry cloth on one side and microfiber on the other. Just put a little bit of fuzz on it. You don't want to pull these and stretch them. It's a little bit shiny, so stretching your transfer. This is vinyl material, and wherever you see the design, that's where the silk screen is, and then the back of this is sticky. These are reusable 8 to 12 times with good care. All right, we got that. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to just get our transfer in here. And we're going to paste everything black. Oops. There is a little tiny bump under there. Let me find something to... When they fit perfectly in the frame, they are kind of hard to pull up sometimes. A little piece of debris off of my towel probably stuck to the transfer, and it makes a bump under there, and I don't like that. If you have a bump there, you could get a bleed, and we want to try and avoid that. So now I'm just pushing all the air out. Okay, so you can see the roses over here. Wherever the green is, that's going to be white from underneath, and that's the area that we're going to make chalk. We're going to take the chalk paste and turn it into paint, and we're going to do some watercoloring on there. So it should be really pretty. Now I like to put my glasses back on. Clear the desk back off. Let me grab a small squeegee. Let's stir this up a little bit. Oops, I forgot to bring a jar of water in here to put my tools in. I'll just use a little color tray for now. Just get some paste on here, and then we'll spread it around. I really like these box frames, and I like being able to repurpose things also. If you've watched my lives, then you know that I have a small home, so I don't have a lot of space, so I like to repurpose when I can. So this is Chalkology paste. It's chalk in a paste form. And it goes on wet and it dries to a hard matte finish. And we're going to help that drying along with our quick dry tool today. Now let's get over here. Okay, the first part is done. The painting will be what takes us a little bit of time today. Okay, I'm going to put this back in, put the extra back into your jar, set that aside and cover this up. going to pull this up. And it looks really pretty just like that. Now, you guys, you know what I've been doing? Let me grab it. I used to bring in a tub of water and keep it on my counter and then wash everything. But what I'm finding now is that I'm just using a bath towel, setting it down and spraying my transfer down with water, and it really is helping eliminate the staining of my transfer. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is just get some water on this. That's part of the good care of your transfer, is washing it pretty quickly. So we're going to spray this down. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just using my fine mist sprayer and spraying my transfer down. And then, while that's drying, I take a paper towel. I'm going to wipe off a lot of this black ink. We'll have to spray it again, get a little bit more off, and then we'll turn it over, and our transfer will probably be all washed for us. Flip it over. And then we'll do it one more time on the other side. Where's my... I had a little board eraser here. Just a second. Oh, here it is. Let's get this wet. I think I'm going to order another fine mist sprayer just for regular water, so I'm not using all my distilled water. Whoops. I think I did that yesterday too. I take these, they come in a circle, and I cut them in half. Just seems like it helps preserve them a little bit for me. Another paper towel. If you didn't want to do all this, you could just take it right to your sink, but this just makes it efficient for me to be able to get it clean while I'm doing the live. And the darker pigments, they do stain our transfer. They stain the teal color part of the transfer. And then I like to take one of these disinfectant wipes and just wipe it all off. And then my transfer is going to be ready to dry a little bit, and then we'll put it back on the backer sheet, and we're good to go. Do this side one more time. Okay, so that's one way you can clean your transfer. Like I said, you can take it right to your kitchen sink and do it. But this has been working really well for me, and then I don't have any cleanup except for my squeegees when I'm done. So where is the backer sheet? Here it is. Okay. let this air dry. All right, now on to our project. So here, hi Barb. Here's what we have so far. And it really looks pretty just like that, doesn't it? It's so simple and really elegant, the black and white. But we're gonna add a little watercolor to it. So what I'm gonna do, ooh, that's yucky. I have some color trays here. And we're gonna add, I already put a little bit, put a squirt. I'm gonna add another green. That was Meadow. I'm gonna take a scoop of each color I have out. This is Jade. Couture Coral. What's your favorite color roses? My mom had roses when I was growing up. She loved her roses, and she had one called Sterling Silver. It had the most beautiful scent, and it was a really light lavender. This is Peachy Keen. So we're making paint, and then we're going to add a little bit of guava. This is kind of a peachy orange color. I need one more stir stick, just one. Let's see. I wonder where all my stir sticks went. Maybe they're on the kitchen counter. Well, I'll use this little squeegee. Just need to get it in there. Squirt. And now we're going to mix these colors just until the paste is all nicely dissolved into it. It's a little watery. Do this one. This is a good thing to do if your paste is a little dried out. You don't even have to thin it back down before you make your paint. Oops. Jade. We have several designs that have that, you know, that it's outlined in the positive area or the chalked area. Like the little transfer that we did the other day, just you and me and your dog and your cat and the dog and the dogs and the cat. That was the same thing. We could have painted in the lettering of that. So it's just another way to use your transfers. This is Meadow. This is that nice bright green, spring green almost. Okay, very good. Now we're going to, oops, we didn't do this one. Or coral. And you can do this, you can make your paint like this, and you can paint on watercolor paper. It's very pretty. I've done that before too. The stir sticks work a lot better than a little squeegee. Okay, we'll put our pinks over here. We'll start with the greens, and I'm just going to get a little tiny paintbrush, and we're going to start painting in the areas. Keep that in case I need to make more paint. So I'm just going to load up my brush a little bit, and I'm going to just paint. That's a little bit too much. Paint really close. We'll be adding a couple of different colors. I'm trying not to get on the black. We'll do just a few of these little lines in here. Like every other one, and then we'll get the other green in there. So just grab your tea or your glass of wine, whatever you relax with, and watch me paint. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. It's just this is fun, relaxing. Let's see here. I'm trying to stay off of the black the best I can, because that, we could reconstitute that black paste. We don't really want to do that. This jade is really a pretty color on this. Let's see here. Oh, here. This leaf goes here. That's really pretty. So you don't really need very much of your paste at all to make that into paint. Okay, I think we'll do a little bit around the rose, what do they call these? Rose hips. Okay. Now let's get the other green and fill, let's dry that a little bit. You gotta be careful when you're drying it. You don't blow the paint into the area you don't want it to. Just want to get a little bit dry. Okay. Now let's see if we can blend this a little bit. Let me know if you guys have tried this before. I don't know that I've done it on one of our wood surfaces before, but I'll try it if you haven't. It's pretty fun to do this. I mean, I'm not an artist at all, but I'm kind of feeling like an artist. And we have paint brushes. They're called the Artist Toolkit. if you don't have them, or just, you know, just get them at your craft store. I got a big package of paintbrushes at Walmart one time, and I think this is one of those. Let's see, down here. I loved watercoloring when I was in elementary school. I had a really talented teacher, and she whipped out this watercolor. It was a rock in a stream, and it was so beautiful. I asked her if I could have it, and of course she gave it to me. But I took it home, and I told my mom that I had painted it. And then my mother was so proud of me, I couldn't tell her that it was Mrs. Williams' work and not mine. She went and had it appraised, and the guy said that she was very talented for, well, I think I was 7 or 8. And that painting stayed on the wall and caused me so much grief as I was growing up, because I never did tell my mom until I was like in my 20s that that wasn't mine. That's my confession on my watercolor story. And then she was a little disappointed, but I could handle the disappointment better when I was in my 20s than I could have when I was 8. Gosh, that painting gave me so much grief, though, just looking at it. The things we do as kids. Okay, there's our leaves. That looks really pretty, don't you think? Let's do our, I'll get a different brush because I don't want green in it. Let me find a little brush, another little brush. Let's see. This one's really tiny. And I think I'll do like the outer leaves a little bit, we'll do that a little bit lighter, and then we'll do the inside leaves. We'll kind of blend it and get darker as we go. Very faint pink, very pretty. You can hardly see this on the white at all. I think when it dries, it'll be a little bit more noticeable. I got way too much paint on that one. You just kind of like stipple it in there, just, you know, dot it in. Okay. That's pretty. Now let's see, let's go to this pink, this coral. And I think we'll just kind of blend these the coral and the guava together. Get there. We'll get there. I think that pink is too light. I'm gonna go over it a little bit. We'll get some variation of it by going over it. Put a little guava in here too now. With the black outline, it almost looks, you know, it has that stained glass look to it. And just kind of cover in the white where you can see it. Looks really pretty. So that's that flower. Doesn't that look pretty? You see it? Very pretty. So Bill had the dogs out in the yard last night, and the snow pile is so, let me go over here. Thanks. Well, thank you, Barb. Hi, Sari. Hi, Lori. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, girlfriend. Yeah, so Bill had the dogs out in the yard last night, and the snow is so high that Frankie, Bill didn't know it. He was sitting out there with them. He didn't know it, but Frankie walked over the fence, walked on the snow pile over the fence, and we couldn't find him. He went on a little adventure all by himself down the driveway, scared us to death because there's coyotes out right now. You know, it's mating season for them. Bill and I were out there with flashlights, because it was like 7:30 or so, I guess. Calling for him, couldn't find him. Little turkey. Little weenie dog is what he is. All right, I think we've got it. Gosh, this was fun to do, you guys. I hope you try it. Get a little bit more up here. Didn't take terribly long. But it sure was fun to do. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right. Let me dry it so it doesn't drip down. This transfer is available, you guys. So if this is something you're interested in doing, I'd go snag it. All right. I love it. It came out so pretty. It's going to go in my bathroom, I think, or in my bedroom. Not sure which. Can you see the flowers? Came out really pretty. Well, do you think this is something that you would try to focus? There, it's focusing. Oh, it's pretty. I can see it on the camera there. Got up. Got to get this transfer. I know. And you saw what the other part of it was, right, Barb? It was trust in the Lord. So you could do 2 of these. Get 2 of these box frames. To be matching it would be really pretty, very classy. I think even if you didn't watercolor it, here's the other one. Even if you didn't watercolor it, I think that the transfer itself is so beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm gonna take off. That's it for today. I'm gonna go clean up these paint trays. At least our transfer is clean. Thank you for the heart so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will chalk and talk with you again tomorrow. Until we do that, take good care.